Recording's about to start. All right. All right, Chantel. Welcome to
Yes.
Poetry and Conversation Spotlight feature
Have
for a fifth time. Thank you. We're here. My first question to you, Queen, is how long have you been writing and
okay.
what has your pen taught you about you personally?
Oh man. Okay. So I just started writing um last January, like very lightly. When I say lightly, I mean maybe like one poem. And then in March, April is when I really started to be serious about it.
Hmm.
So and what was the second part? What has my pen taught me about
Yeah,
myself?
about you. Yeah.
Woo! I'm gonna be completely honest. For those that have met me like yourself, you know how I am when I'm navigating spaces, which is my authentic self. But my pen has taught me that I'm kind of one of them ones. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like if someone else were to say the things that I say, I
Hmm.
would be so hype about it. You get what I'm saying? But because it's me, I kind of tend to not make it a big deal or you know what I'm saying, always thinking I can do better, which is something I need to work on.
Mm.
But my pen definitely, when I listen back or when I read back some of the things that I write and how my wordplay is, it taught me that I'm one of them ones and I belong here for sure.
Okay. The fact that you said you just started last year, I'm shocked because your pen has so much wisdom. Like you've been doing this for 10 plus years. And
Thank you.
I got a follow-up question for you because you
Sure.
sometimes drop these video images where you got the microphone.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
What inspired that? And like how did you come up with the creativity for those videos?
Man, so you know what? I have now that I'm immersed in poetry, I realize that I've always been a creative, just in different forms, right? So for me, I wanted obviously one to get my voice to be heard, my message to get across, but I always got to do something to make it like, okay, we know that Chantel. Like there has
Mm.
to be, even in the professional world, I would wear bow ties a lot because nobody really does that. So I've always been the type of person that was just a little bit different and had something that was my signature. So it just happens that with poetry, as it pertains to like social media, I was like, you know what, let me try hanging this mic real quick and see what it does. And now obviously it's a staple for me. Everybody kind of
Mm.
knows me because of that.
Listen, in the chat, Secret Scribe said you trolling. You've been writing since the womb.
Yo, she always know I have it.
Listen, I love it. Honestly, like you're a very creative person. First time I met you, I really want to say was in April at
Yeah.
this
Mm-hmm.
showcase that Sincerely L had at the Canvas
Yep.
Center. You were so quiet then, but then you like first time I heard you spit, I'm like, oh yeah, this girl is layered. And then your personality and sense of humor is just on top. Like I promise you, every time we get together, we be laughing.
For
But
sure. 100%.
so like speaking of laughter, right? Because like let's just be honest. As people, as poets, people see us as amazing, but
Yeah.
we are still human and you
Absolutely.
gave me permission to stimulate your mind. So
Absolutely.
for that segment, this is a segment where we get to see how human the poet is. But I
Yeah.
never asked you to be vulnerable without getting vulnerable with you. You'll just answer it first. So I need you to pick a
Okay.
number between 1 and 86.
4.
All right. I got a mouse now, so it's easy to scroll. Look at God. Number 4. Ooh. When do you learn more about yourself? At the beginning of a relationship or the end?
My God, on Zion. Woo! Sheesh. Well, when do I learn more about myself? At the beginning of a relationship or at the end?
Mm. Or
I
even in the
would
middle.
say at the end.
At the end. Okay.
Um, Now I have been and happily married going on 6 years. So but prior to that, I've had relationships and things like that. It's kind of really the same thing. Like I always go into my relationships as myself per usual. But when heartbreaks and breakups and things like that happen, I'm a lover girl, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a lover girl. Love to be in relationships. So when those heartbreaks and those things happen, and I kind of slip into that sadness or that dark place, is kind of like, what did I do to get myself out of it? You know what I mean? And everybody has their different ways of coping with those type of things. Especially if the person meant a lot to you, and it was a serious relationship. And then you also have a moment where there's self-reflection, right? What you could have done better, things that you may have fell short on, things that you didn't say that you probably should have said, and vice versa, right? So I think for me, it would definitely be after, but then also addressing certain things within yourself as well, so that in that next relationship, you're better.
Ooh, I like that.
Mhm.
My reason for asking that, because I started this list in 2020 when I started going on my healing journey. So these are like my shadow work questions. And for
Okay.
me, at the time, I wasn't learning anything about myself. I think I would start to ask myself, where did I go wrong towards the end? But now, like, in the present time, I am like trying to learn about myself and, in
Absolutely.
my relationship. Yeah. Cause like
Yeah,
you want to see how far you've grown since the last relationship. So most
absolutely.
definitely, I really try to learn because I don't want to miss anything, right? Like in the past, I was just like moving with no intention in a relationship. And I
Mm-hmm.
think when you crash and burn, I'm like, how the hell did I get here? So
Right.
just being more
Exactly.
intentional. Yeah, being more intentional. Thank you for answering
Absolutely.
that. Felix, my God,
Absolutely. Of course.
Zion, you did it.
Woo! That was
It wasn't
I
that
like
bad.
it. Stimulate me. I love it.
Oh, okay. I got one more poetry question before you open us up with your first poem. Um,
Okay.
what is it like for you to perform on stage, right? What are your thoughts right before you perform and after?
Now, you know what? I'm just so happy that you asked me this question. Here's the thing, right? And you'll notice it more recent as I'm getting on stage more. When people walk up there and have like, "Oh, hey, this is who I am," and all the things. No, first of all, no, I can't do that. I would do that after. When I get up there, the poem is starting
Mm,
immediately. Okay. The reason why the poem is starting immediately is because I'm up there shaking in my boots, bro. Period. I don't care. I know what it looks like to y'all because people have told me, like, girl, are you confident? I'm sweating. I'm sweating. It's hot. My knees are buckling. They're shaking. I'm shaking in my boots the
mm,
entire time. However, I kind of have like this, one, this inner voice, but two, the love that I receive, right? The oohs, the ahs, the ums, the snaps, the claps, the come on, share a towel, and all that. That's what keeps me going. But I know that when I get it, it's genuine, right? People are really feeling what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So that is what keeps me going because otherwise I'll be up there about to collapse. I'm
mm.
not afraid to say it. That's just what it is. And I don't think it's gonna go away because it's always been like that. For me, like being on stage, it's and I'm not like a nervous person, like naturally.
Mhm.
Like when I'm like just like you said, anytime I'm around and we're laughing, I'm joking, I'm making everybody crack up. But when I get up there and that light is just on you, it's a different type of vibe. It's just different. It's definitely
Cool.
different. So I'll be up there shaking in my boots.
Listen, in the words of Poet Bull, he said, we are nervous because we are passionate about our craft.
There we
But we
go.
also have a good way of hiding it because Chantel, I would have never known that you were nervous. I think like I could see in somebody's hand sometimes, especially like when they're holding a paper, that
Mm-hmm.
paper is taking a little bit more than
Mm-hmm.
like it's like you say, all eyes are on you, and it's
Yes.
like, what are y'all thinking? Sometimes it's hard to read silence, but like you say, once you hear that, come on, Chantel, girl, you got
Once
this.
that girl, because my underboob be sweat. Girl, listen, it's a process. Okay. Woo.
Process, I can't. Oh, I'm gonna let you get into your first piece, and then I got some more
Okay.
questions for you.
Cool. All right. So today is 420. I do not partake, however. I have plenty of friends who do. So I decided to write a little something for y'all. And I titled it Smoke. Do you smoke? I do. Who's this information important to? Never mind, not trying to blow my high fucking with you. This kush got me floating on all nine of them clouds. Your voice is fading out because I'm smoking that loud. You empty? I'm full of that gas. Taking my time, not in a hurry, because in my fingertips I burn my worries. That's on a lucky day with V Monet. Shorty passed my way. Hey, show hits good to me. That bud, that blaze, that chronic, that grass, that green, that ganja, that Mary Jane. Blood roll tighter than a virgin, hits harder than Motown. Inhale, hold, choke, let it go. Smoking on trees like it's 1933. Eyes real low, red like pink eye. That shit stink. Why? Because I don't fuck with that Reggie. Different strains like different strokes, or really different smokes. Over 700 of them like a good credit score. Sativa or indica filling up my lungs. Pay attention to how I move and you'll know which one. Another one roll perfectly. Ooh, the feeling that evokes. Before I put a flame to this, do you smoke?
Somebody that don't smoke, you know that shit a little bit too accurate.
Hey, listen. Okay. Look, hey, listen. On the top of the 420 real quick. I have probably been high. I mean, a blunt has touched these lips maybe twice, 3 times in my life. My God. And all 3 times I overate. Number 1. Number 2, I can't. It doesn't work. Like I'm too already up there and now I'm just sitting there, and I don't even. It just doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. And I was, in high school and stuff, I was like the goody two shoe. I didn't smoke, I didn't drink, none of that. So on my 30th birthday, I tried an edible because I was like, oh, let me, because when I smoke, it's choking, my throat's burning, it's just too much going on. Oh, let me try a little edible. Nigga. That's when I knew. Follow me. That this life wasn't for me. My arms disappeared. My arms were also too far away from my legs. The sheer distance between my hand and my leg was just far apart. I could hear a spider piss on cotton. It was just a lot going on. And so, shout out to the 420 folks. I'm going to stay my sober ass where I'm at in solidarity. Amen.
No, listen, it's not for everybody. I even be taking a trip one day sometimes. It's like a relationship. Like I need a break from you. But listen, edibles, that's not my thing either. That's a different type of high, a body high. Yeah, no, don't do that to yourself.
Yeah.
My next question for you, Queenie, because I know you're from Jersey.
I is.
I just always wanted to get someone's take on this, and hey, you got to be the person, right? Because I feel like you could be with the smoke, right? So, as poets, we hear sometimes, oh, it's unprofessional when you don't have your poems memorized, right? But I feel like that's just in a certain area, because when I go to other areas, it's not a thing. How do you feel about poems being memorized versus not being memorized?
Man, that is such a good question. So here's the thing, right? I think for me, the way that I intentionally was introduced to poetry was via slam poetry, right? And obviously, most people are not reading in a slam. And, I didn't realize at the time who I was in the room with. When I say slam, I'm talking Black Chakra was there.
Yeah.
That's different. You get what I'm saying? And that was my intentional introduction. So to me, my mind was like, oh, you have to memorize everything. Right? Like that's what I went into it thinking. But a lot of people that I know now know me from Hustler Culture. Shout out to Hustler Culture. And just being there and being in the living room and just I write stuff like this, right? So, and then read it. But at first I was beating myself up because I'm like, I'm always writing. How am I going to memorize if I'm always writing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, literally, a poem, 2 poems a day. Like I'm always writing. So I'm like, excuse me, how can I memorize if I'm always writing? Then if I get up here and I'm the only one reading, you just have these inner thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what I say. If your pen is nasty and nice enough, it doesn't matter that you're reading. You know what I'm saying? And for those that struggle, if there are any, with trying to memorize stuff to the point where it's stressing you out, stop doing that. You know what I mean? Like, again, now slam is a different corner. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in competition, yes, you want to be the best at what you do. But if you're not slamming, we're just all here to support each other in our art.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it took even me a little while to realize that. And now I've gotten a little better with memorizing pieces and things like that. But if I don't know it and I know that I can't get up there and not stumble, I don't want to do that, the stumble thing. And I know that happens to everybody. But I'd rather get up there and read it than get up there and stumble through it. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Like, and I feel people feel like this pressure, I got to memorize everything and I got to do. And some people write 3, 4, 5-minute poems.
Yes.
I don't even know how you listen, please. I'm just here to listen and support because you're going to get a good minute 30 out of me. Stink. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I definitely think there's like a back and forth with that. And people have their own opinions, but my opinion is if your pen is nasty enough and your delivery and your voice inflections and your tone can still send a message, read it if that's what you have to do to get the message across.
Oh, that part. You know
what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
For real. Because too much pressure, man.
It's all about getting the message out. And thank you for highlighting that, because slam poetry and performance poetry, like poetry, open mic poetry and all that is different. Every poet's goal is different. Just get the message out there. I just asked because I know like it's a huge thing. But see, where I come from, I remember back in the day when people used to read from the notebook. And now things are technology, right? We tired of killing trees, so we reading from the phone. But I feel like if you got the gift where it sounds like you're not reading, do that shit. Because like you say, don't stress about it. And it's crazy that you say the 3 to 5 minutes thing. Because Chantel, I used to try to keep my poems under 3 minutes because it was hard for me to memorize. But my writing reflects the stuff I'm learning on my healing journey. Like that piece about my mom, I couldn't just stop it at minutes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yep.
So I had to learn. But but I feel like the brain is weird anyway. Even if you know a poem backwards and forwards, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You still might have a day where you stumble.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's that. So I think we agree. Like, it's just pressure that some people put on themselves, but also like, the whispers in the room, like, you can feel, you can almost like feel it. And I've been told, because I was vocally with people that I know, like you and other people, like, man, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to memorize something. Like, I just don't know. But everybody that I've ever said that to is like, yo, I be forgetting that you're reading.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my point. As long as you're getting your message across and your intent, read.
I love that. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I got another question. I guess it's like a stimulate your mind, but it's as a woman question. I like to bring these questions to the thing. I even ask as a man questions just so we can find a balance with each other, understand. But as a woman,
absolutely,
are you open to hearing the real and raw truth about yourself, right? And are you open to hearing it at all times without getting defensive?
Okay. Here's the thing. I'm just a girl, number one. Number two, yes. Yeah, I think, and again, I think that comes with that point in your life where you hit that growth, right? For me, so I'll be 35 on May 1st. My birthday is coming up.
Yay.
But anything, again, being human, right, and navigating different relationships or, fallouts with certain people and things like that, again, it's going to teach you about yourself. But I have been told the same thing about everybody that I've come in contact with my whole life when it comes to me. And that's how I know I'm special. right? That's how I know this is like God did this. This light that I carry is not. I've been told the same thing my whole life. You know what I mean? Everybody can't be wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I am very much a Taurus, so yes, I'm stubborn sometimes. Okay. You know what I mean? Like I got my little stuff with me. I know that. So yeah, I'm definitely as a woman for sure, and I want feedback. Like I want constructive criticism. I'm open to all of these things because it can only make you better. You know what I mean? But it comes with growth. If you're immature, you're not gonna be ready. Because your first response is gonna be pointing the finger and figuring out how to sidestep whatever somebody's trying to say instead of just taking it in, doing some self-reflection, and moving forward.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm open for sure.
I like, and honestly, I do not see you as a Taurus. I really thought you was a Gemini when I first met you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know y'all. You know, the astrology people just be. I don't know a lot. I just know about me. Okay. And I know I got to get my exact time of birth to get my moon and my sun and my rising and my setting. Yes. Okay, so I'll get on that as well.
I love it. Listen, no, I definitely respect that. I think it does come with growth. We are human. I know me. I am a stubborn Leo. I'm a fixed sign, so sometimes I'm still going to rebuttal, right? Because my defense mechanism, my protective mechanism is trying to defend my character in that moment. But I tell people, even when I'm rebuttaling, I'm still taking in what you say. And by the time we get off this conversation, I'm going to come back and say, you know what? Because I love uncomfortable conversations. I tell people, don't tell me what I want to hear. Tell me what I need. So
you thrive in that. You thrive in that. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. But I will rebuttal sometimes, and I understand that can make somebody shut down. But it's like it's only because it's when something is being thrown at you right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you've never heard it, it can throw you off. But like you said, if you're hearing it over and over again, okay, I gotta be the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Self-reflection. Exactly.
I appreciate you, Chantel. This I'm loving this conversation. I'm gonna
be on this is lovely.
And I'm gonna let you.
I love it here. I love it here.
I'm gonna let you get to your second piece, okay?
Okay. Cool. Yes. Okay. So second piece actually comes from request from Complex herself. For those of you who haven't seen, you go to my page. I did a poem to the Folded song by Kehlani. And Complex apparently loves that. So I'm going to give y'all Folded. There's something about your laundry that makes my lawn dry. My garden wet but not growing. Waiting on your clothes to dry. Won't let you suck me dry, but I want you to suck me dry. I continue to launder. Stealing me openly, then leaving me open. I need to close it. But then we get close and I'm wondering where your clothes is. Bare skin, soft grin, come in. Lack of discernment, let me confirm it. We be in a ship full of relations with no relationship. The tide is high. We finish, we snuggle. Then I'm left to figure out what I gain after you bounce. I feel down. Why? Because I still love you? Still want to be a couple? Don't fuck with me just because of how I fuck with you. Because when I'm done fucking with you, you'll know it. When your clothes are unfolded. Oh.
And that's that piece, y'all. Listen,
you love it. You love it here.
because it's like I say, I never like to put poets into a box. I like to see exactly what they are, and you're a very layered person. So when you, first of all, Folded was that hit, okay?
It was.
Go a day without hearing.
Oh my gosh, no! Oh my goodness!
So when you did it, I'm like, yo, she is layered, right? Because like I say, I've never really heard you do erotic pieces to that one. I'm like, okay. And then the way you had the visual on IG, I'm like, she's smooth with it.
I thank you for saying that, because that part is like where my creative director mind starts to work, right? So I watched the video first, and I knew, like, okay, obviously we're talking about laundry, clothes. let me go to a laundromat, and has
Mm.
that in the background, right? So that was the whole point of that. And even in that poem, the wordplay, when I say gain and bounce, down Y is down E. You get what I'm saying? Like little stuff that I put in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that things like Folded is definitely where my creative mind starts to kind of kick into work.
Mm.
And writing it kind of comes easy to me once I have the topic.
Ooh, okay. So I got two more questions for you before you
Sure.
close this out. I want you to plug yourself too.
Absolutely.
Next question. When it comes to your poetry journey, right?
Mm.
Despite the advice you receive from other poets on what you need to do, what did you decide would be different about your journey?
Hmm. Wow. So here's what I'm learning about my journey. My timeline that I have for myself
Hmm.
is I was way off. And when I say that, I mean I'm ahead of where I thought that I would be at this time. Um, I just knew that I was going to be like we just talked about, and nothing's wrong with it. But I already had in my brain like, oh, you're going to be reading from your phone until at least 2027.
Mm.
I already have done poems without my phone. You get what I'm saying? Like I kind of put these restraints on myself early on, just to try to like, okay, you're like just little stuff like, okay, you'll read from your phone until this time. You're probably not going to release a visual until this time. I've been way ahead of everything that I put on myself, the pressure that I put on myself. A lot of people think that I should slam. I have not slammed yet. I'm not saying I would never do it. However, for me, I don't want poetry to become competition. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like everybody has their lane. And slam poetry is very much relevant and very much needed. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know if that's the space that I want to fill 100%. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm always on the like, all right, I got to get it here. I got to win. I got to win. Because even though that's how I was introduced to it, once I picked my pen up, things changed for me.
Mm-hmm.
And just like you said, me being layered really comes from a few different places. And a lot of it is having people in your corner that push you to do so. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that I could be layered, but I'm like, do I want to be vulnerable in front of all these people? Like, do I really want to expose certain types of emotions or feelings that are opposite of what you see in front of you? Like when I step into a room, do I really want to go there and do that? And I think it's important to keep people in your corner that are going to push you to do so. So I really think that's what it is for me. And as I continue to go on my poetic journey, now that I know that I can go there, it's about to get scary.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
My reason for asking that is because I feel like sometimes poets come up to you and just want to tell you how your journey should look instead of asking how do you want it to look. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, yeah.
Not everything that works for somebody else may work for you. May have to do it different. And I like
Yeah,
that you said that, because poets need to know, go at your own pace, go at the
absolutely.
journey that because no one knows your vision better than you.
Yes,
So I like how you said about the whole slam poetry. Like, yes, it's a lane, but I feel like
absolutely.
you can still watch slam poetry and push your pen without actually being in it. Because, like you
Yes.
say, sometimes people don't want it to be about competition. I've slammed
Yeah.
before, but I didn't like where my mind went afterwards. It's just not for me in that
Okay.
way to be
Yeah.
able
How
to
you feel
slam.
after? Right.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
Like not beating yourself up, but it's like those numbers get to spinning. The score.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. And then you're like, motherfucker, that was a 10. Where you get a 7 from? You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Yes. Yeah.
Oh shoot. So this last question is a two-part question, but you can only pick one, okay? So do you want to go the complex way where you say what you ask, you answer what's the conversation you feel the poetry community is not ready to have? Or do you want to go the angel loving way where you give encouraging words to a poet. Look at her face.
my my God on Zion. Woo! She said, "Okay, I am gonna stay the beam of light that I've always been. I'm gonna go ahead and go the angel way."
Okay, go to Angel. All right. What's some
Yeah,
encouraging words to give to a poet?
yeah. Mhm. So here's what I'll say. To people who are just starting, to people who may have started and stopped, which I feel is not talked about enough. I know there's poets out there who have started, who were in it, and then for one reason or another, life and all the things happen, and they stop and come back. Um, Stay true to yourself. Don't let anybody, like we were just talking about, people are going to have their opinions. That's human nature, right? It's human nature to have opinions. Take from them what you take and leave some behind. I
Yes.
feel like as long as you're being authentic and real and true to yourself, you can't go wrong. And also to that, you need people in your circle. Period. You just do. You need people in your circle to give you feedback. You need people in your circle to push you. You need people in your circle to hold you accountable.
Yes.
So build your poetic village. And 9 times out of 10, even if it's built for me, building it on poetry is one thing, but then you develop real relationships and friendships with people that goes beyond poetry, right? So stay true to yourself, number one. And number two, you need people, put people in your corner. Have people in your circle that can really pour into you, because sometimes you're going to get empty. And none of us can pour from an empty cup. It's just nothing on nothing at that point. So that's what I would say to anybody that's new.
You can't do it. You can't pour from an
You
empty
can't
cup.
do it. I tried. It doesn't work. Goodness.
I love that. Oh gosh, Chantel, you're such a breath of fresh air. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
being patient with the technical issues
Absolutely. Listen,
tonight.
man. Instagram
Yes,
will not bring us down ever.
they won't. And thank y'all seriously
They
for coming on
won't.
to Teams. I know this is different, so
They
thank
won't.
y'all for wanting to support. We appreciate y'all. I want you to plug yourself. Let us know what you got coming up next, and close out with your last piece.
Woo! All right. Plug myself. All right. Well, my name is Chantel. That is my birth name and my poet name. Hello. What I have coming up. So my birthday is coming up May 1st. I'm dropping another visual. And when I tell you, it's going to be crazy. I'm not exaggerating here. Okay? Yup. I need y'all to tune in. This is what I want for my birthday. Tune in, like, comment, share. Please. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. Because what I'm about to give y'all on this May 1st, I might fuck around and get signed. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for that. I will be posting that soon in the next few days. Y'all can find me on Instagram at Chantel the Creative. That's CH4 NTELLE the Creative. And yeah, I spend a lot of my poetic time in Philly. Really all of it. I'm saying a lot. All of it. All of my time is spent in Philly. But I am from Jersey, and everybody knows that, and I make it known just so we are clear. I love Philly though, and I appreciate it. I want to the city of Philadelphia, and to all of my Philly friends. I love you guys, and I appreciate y'all for y'all really, Philly welcomed me with open arms, man. Like seriously, Philly really did, and I still haven't had the opportunity yet to do anything home in Jersey, but Philly will always, especially as it pertains to poetry, have a piece in my heart, because that's where I started. You know what I'm saying? That's where I started. That's just the truth. So yeah, there's that. That's a little bit about me.
All right, I'm gonna let you close us out with your last piece.
Cool. Huh. If love was a weapon, I'm not doing no drive-by shit. I'm pulling right up to your crib and putting that heat to your ribs on the side where your heart is. I'll take an axe and get the chopping like a fucking lumberjack. Oh, and arrow, you are my target. Not even Walmart can stop it. Bullseye. I'll graze brass knuckles across your jawline, look you in your eyes, and tell you your mind. For my love, I'm a Power Ranger, Laura Croft Tomb Raider, a gangbanger, a killer of the serial persuasion. I'm a weapons master. And I will set it off 4 times in 4 different ways, like 4 different women. Let me call them by name: Frankie, Tashawn, Cleo, and Stony. I'll cut your initials in the back of my head like Stoney's brother did, except I won't be dead like Stoney's brother is, and neither will you. I'm a poet, baby. And I'm a Taurus, too. So I say all that to say, I love you.
Wait, it's the whole violence. Just I love
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming
Thank
on,
you for
Queen.
having me. I appreciate you. This is lovely.
Absolutely. I'm gonna do a shameless plug real quick. Shameless plug, y'all. So Poetry and Conversation is in sessions and an event that I've been doing since 2024. I have my first live event for the year coming up May 16th. It's going to be from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. I'm going to be co-hosting with Meet Spady. We are actually talking about branding ourselves as a poet. So we're actually talking about what is your end goal as a poet? What, you know what I'm saying? How do you want to brand yourself, you know? So if you want to pull up, it's going to be at 433 West Gerard, where Sweet Bakes Couture is at. $21 because food is included. I believe you can still get a meal for $20.
Only $21. My God.
Yes. So if you are interested, hit me up. I take Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, and Venmo. So thank you again, Queen. I am going to put this on YouTube for those who came in late. Thank y'all so much for working with us today, because IG can kiss my ass. I can say
Instagram,
that
count your fucking days.
But yeah, so y'all take it easy. We out. Peace.
Love, Steve.